Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
I do think this is a must-win game for the Saints when it comes to the playoff hunt. Now the Saints are sitting at 5-4, 2-game win streak over two lackluster opponents, but you have to win the games in front of you. We got the Vikings coming up; they're 5-4 as well. Also, no Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson is questionable. Of course, he's going to have a chance to play against the Saints. That's just kind of how this goes. But with Josh Dobbs, he's got 1 full week of practice. He's still a very capable quarterback. They're still a very capable team. I think they're on like a 4-game win streak without Jefferson. So still a very, very good team. We just watched Josh Dobbs with no practice. Didn't even know his teammates beat the Falcons this past week, so it's still going to be a very dangerous team. So this is a must-win game. Now, before we jump into that game, I do want to highlight some things on this team. We'll kind of go position by position group. We're going to start off with the offensive line. More importantly, Andres Pete. Now, a lot of people on this channel, including myself, I'm sure including y'all, we can all admit it. Oh, we dogged Andres Pete. We called him all type of names. He wasn't playing very well. He couldn't stay healthy. He wasn't playing well. And more of the same this year. Couldn't stay healthy. But the Saints have moved him to left tackle, which he's finally settled in at left guard. Remember, they had him playing right guard and left tackle and this and that. So much early in his career, he never really got to settle in one position. Finally got to settle in that left guard. Now the Saints asked him to play, hey, we're going to need you to play left tackle. Hurst isn't getting it done. Pete isn't getting it done. Not Pete. Penny isn't getting it done. Can you come play left tackle for us? And he's been absolutely outstanding by his standards, by any standard that we have out there. He's been our best left tackle this year. Got to give credit to Andres Pete for stepping up, being a pro on the final year of his deal, probably going to get cut, probably not going to play for the Saints next year, and playing outstanding. And maybe it's because he's in a contract year and he knows his NFL life is, in a balance and he has to play well. But he's doing it. Got to give credit to him. The whole offensive line, even Max Garcia out there, I still think he's the greatest. He's playing well. McCoy's playing well of late. Ruiz is playing well of late. Ryan Ramczyk, got to give him credit. He got his butt kicked against the Packers. He's been pretty good. He had Montez Sweat. Had a good game against the Colts, had a good game against the Bears. I think he's playing well of late. That whole offensive line unit is playing well. Unfortunately, we don't get to see our first round pick out there. You don't want to spend a first round pick and don't have that guy play for 2 seasons in a row. But it is what it is. He's not out there. He's not helping the team. I do think we kind of pick and choose when guys aren't helping the team to bench him. But that's neither here nor there. That's a story for a different day. Now we go back to the quarterback position. Derek Carr, he's not playing out of this world. Not playing, he's not a world beat. He's not turning to Mahomes or Bo or anything like that, but he's been playing well these last 2 games. He has to keep it up. Right now, we just don't need him to lose us games, get us in the right position, help us win some of these games. We don't have to ask him to go out there and throw for 350, 3 touchdowns. He's just not capable of that. The offense is not capable of that right now. So, right now, what he's doing, that's okay. We'll take that. We'll move on to the running backs. I think Jamal Williams is starting to find his footing. Still not the greatest performance by him. Still not getting exactly what we want from Jamal Williams, but with Taysom Hill playing the way he's playing, Kamara's coming back, we'll take it. Kamara's still Kamara. Don't know what happened last week. He didn't get to play that much. Pete Carmichael is he's going to Pete Carmichael sometimes, and it is what it is. Now the receiving core. I do want to pull up their stats before I talk about the receiving core because I do have a couple things on the receiving core. Obviously, those guys are playing well. Michael Thomas, for some reason, didn't get a catch last game. Was open on some routes. We just missed them. Got to get Michael Thomas involved in the game. We want to be successful. We got to get Michael Thomas involved in the game because, one, like I say, we're 9 games in. That's halfway through the season, and it's a shot. Remember, at the beginning of the year, I said my bold prediction was we're going to have 3 guys with 1,000 yards. Now, will that happen? I don't know. Last game kind of threw Michael Thomas under the bus, but right now, Chris Olave had 563 yards. Rashid Shaheed had 501 yards, and Michael Thomas had 439 yards. They're all a little under, so they all may finish with about 900, but that's still really good to have a trio, of receivers that can finish with 900 yards. Now, a couple things I want to talk about with this receiving core is, where's number 4? Are we going to ever have a number 4? It's just going to be a 3 receivers. Like, I know we had the Hunter Renfrow. We might trade for him. We had A.T. Perry, who I thought played well in the preseason, but we haven't found a number 4 guy. Now, will we need a number 4? Probably not. But I would like to see, a number 4 get involved. Maybe the second half of the season, maybe run some 4 receiver sets. It's a lot of teams with number 4 receivers that, kind of get involved that may finish the season with 15, 20 catches. We won't have that. Only other receiver with a catch this year is Keith Kirkwood, and he has 1 catch and 4 targets. So hopefully we get another receiver involved before the season is over, just to get some growth, some development from those guys, get some playing time on the field. So we'll see if that happens. But also the Chris Olave, obviously, he's been having a really, really tough season. And I could agree. He's been having a tough season, but people have been acting like he's just not playing well at all. Yes, he has some rough plays, some notable plays, but the dude still had 50 catches, 563 yards. He's on pace for about 95 catches, 1,000 yards. Like, that's not a great season by his standards, but it's not like he's fell off a cliff. If he finished the season with 90 catches and 1,000 yards, that's still a good sophomore season to say it was a slump, because you got to remember, Rashid Shaheed's coming back. Michael Thomas is coming back. Alvin Kamara's healthy all year. We got Taysom Hill. We have a lot of moving pieces, so obviously the numbers don't always go up even if a player gets better. If you ask me, is Chris Olave better than last year? I'll say yes. But, you can argue the slump thing just because, he's dropped some passes, been some crazy passes, obviously the miscommunication with Derek Carr. But playing with a new quarterback, you having guys like Michael Thomas who brings a presence, who brings targets taken away from you, it's going to be a little different. He didn't have these guys last year to battle with. I mean, Rashid Shaheed was on the team, but wasn't really a receiver. So, obviously, more guys, more ball has to be spread around. So I don't think the slump, I think, was overblown. I just think he had some really, really bad plays. But I don't think he was in any type of major slump that was major concerning, at least to me. Was he playing bad? Yes. I'm not worried whatsoever. I think he's going to be super, super solid for us. We can move on to the defensive side of the ball. We can go to the defensive line. We can just start there because, my beef with the Greek defensive line, I already kind of hinted at it of, benching people that's not playing well. Look at our sack totals from our guys. I know sack's not the end-all be-all. I always said that sack is kind of an overrated stat, but you still got to get to the quarterback. Carl Granderson, 5.5 sacks this year. 5.5 sacks for Carl Granderson. I think Cam Jordan needs to step it up. No need to nibble around it, beat around the bush. It's Cam Jordan, man. He needs to step up for us. He needs to get pressure on the quarterback. I think he's playing okay. You can't keep getting me with he pressures the quarterback. I mean, not pressure. He's good in the run game and things like that. Carl Granderson has 10 tackles for loss to Cam Jordan's 2. That's a big difference. Carl Granderson has 5.5 sacks to Cam Jordan 2. Carl Granderson has 40 tackles to Cam Jordan's 31. It's a big difference. It's clear who our best defensive lineman is, and it's Carl Granderson. That's okay. Cam Jordan getting up there in age. Carl Granderson just signed a new contract. Cam Jordan did too. I'm not going to say unfortunately, but it's not looking like a good deal, even though it wasn't for that much money. Also, Kalen Saunders, man, can't say enough about him. He's been really, really good. Even in his offensive packages, he ran down Darren Mooney last game. Dude's athletic, dude's a freak. He's having a really good season for us, in my opinion. Better than Nathan Shepard. Remember, we brought him and Nathan Shepard in. I think Nathan Shepard's having quietly a solid year, though. I'm not going to say he's having a bad year. He's having an okay year. It's not as, I guess eye-popping as Saunders just because he popped off the screen. Granderson popped off the screen. But I think him and Brian Brassia are doing a good job. Now, the linebackers, once again, the linebackers lead the team in tackles, but that's evident. Your linebackers going to lead the team in tackles with DeMario Davis, P. Warner. They're having fantastic years, especially DeMario Davis, man. The dude just, for some reason, seemed like he's going to get better. I think he started off the season slow. P. Warner was kind of outplaying him, but these last 4 or 5 games, he's taken off to another level. I think after that Green Bay game, he kind of got his stuff together, and it's just been absolutely fantastic for him. He's playing well. Then we get to DB. Before we get into this Viking game, we get to the DBs, man. I think all the DBs are playing well. May's been had his ups and downs, but I think he's playing well. Tyrann Mathieu much better than last year. We all know Tyrann Mathieu much better than last year. And then we get to the corners. Alontae Taylor finding his way in the slot, man. Finding his way in the slot. At that slot role, Marshawn Lattimore is still really, really good. Doesn't really get targeted anymore. When he does, he may give up 1 or 2 catches a game. I wish Jefferson do play. Selfishly, from a one-on-one standpoint, I know Lattimore wants that revenge because Jefferson killed him. I think we played in London or wherever we were at when we lost that game. Jefferson killed him. I want to see that revenge. Want to see that matchup. And then you got Paulson Adebo, who's been our best player on defense probably this year. He's been that good this year. I wanted Alontae Taylor to start out there. I won't say I didn't. I think Alontae Taylor played better, and he didn't have a fair chance, but I understood that we need a slot corner, and Alontae Taylor has the better skill set to play in the slot than Paulson Adebo. Paulson Adebo just kind of a bigger corner, longer corner, needs to be on that outside. So I get why they did it, and I'm glad they did it because Paulson Adebo's playing. He's doing a hell of a job out there at that cornerback position outside of Lattimore. Now teams are going to have to maybe force it to the Lattimore a little bit, which is going to be a good thing for the Saints in the future. Special teams, I've already said my piece on Groupia and not Gilligan. I wish it was damn Gilligan. And Headley, it is what it is on them. They both need to be better. They're both rookies. Maybe they'll get better. I ain't got time to talk about it no more. They just need to get better. Coaching staff needs to get better. Pete, up and down. Dennis Allen, up and down. It is what it is. Now finally, Vikings game, man. We're 5-4. We're 5-4. I'll pull these standards back up. We have to win this game. We have to win this game just from a playoff spot, just our division. Just from our division, We're already leading the division. We're leading division. That's good. Finally, we're above these bums. It shouldn't have taken this long. We're 5-4. Falcons are 4-5. They have a new quarterback. Tampa Bay at 3-5. They're on a 4-game losing streak. And Carolina Panthers, they're just trash. We're on a 2-game win streak. Falcons on a 2-game losing streak. Bucks on a 4-game losing streak. And Panthers are on a 2-game losing streak. If you look at the point differential in this division, we're obviously the best team. Carolina Panthers are -89. The Bucks only a -9 at 3-5. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. Tampa Bay are -26. We're the only team that's a +24. We're a +24. That's really good. That is really, really good. I think we're middle of the pack NFC team, because you look at the top 3-4 teams in NFC. You get the Philadelphia Eagles, they're a +57. The Cowboys are a +72, and then the San Francisco Niners are a +78. You know, we're 4th in that, and +24, 5th behind the Lions. So we're 4th, 5th. Like that's where we're gonna be. We're a middle of the pack team right now, and I think the numbers show that. The numbers show we're a middle of the pack team. I don't think we can compete, with these high caliber teams right now. Even look at the AFC, then the point differential. You got Kansas City Chiefs +65, the Bills +80, Ravens +115. Those are the high level teams. Then you look at the mid tier teams where we're at, like the Chargers are +27. The Texans who beat us +22. Jacksonville will beat us at +37. They're the middle of the pack teams. That's just where we are right now. But we have to win this game against the Vikings because they're middle of a pack team as well. They're middle of a pack. Like I say, we're winning division. If the playoff starts today, we'll be a 4 seed. If somehow we wasn't first in our division, we'll still be in the playoffs by somehow, just because the 7 seeds 5-4, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. So to own that tiebreak over them will be big. Cause let's say somehow we don't win the division and we're about 500, maybe 9-8 or 8-9 or somehow in the division. We still have a chance to make the playoffs. So we need to own that tiebreak against the Minnesota Vikings, just in case they're a wild card team. Because at this point right now, it's looking like the Eagles are going to win the division and the Dallas Cowboys are going to lock up a playoff seed already. They're going to be probably that first wild card team. After that, maybe the Saints. You got the Bucks. You got the Falcons. You got the Commanders. You got all these teams that, looking for these spots. But there's a lot of bad teams in the NFC. It's a lot of bad teams that are not mathematically eliminated, but eliminated. Like the Panthers, not going to make it. Cardinals, not going to make it. Giants, not going to make it. Bears, not going to make it. Then you got the Rams and the Packers, who are 11-12, who probably aren't going to make it as 3-5 just because they're not. And the Packers are Rams are 3-6. Packers on that tiebreak over us, so we don't want to creep back into these loss columns because that Packers on the tiebreak over us. We don't want Minnesota holding the tiebreak over us. We just don't want these teams that have beat us to be in that playoff hunt with us. We need to just put a cushion on them, gain a couple games. I think we win 9 games, we win the division. We win 9 games, we win the division. So that's basically saying we have to go 4-4 in my opinion, and we can win this division, which is crazy to say. We're just thinking 4-4. You can look at the overall scheme if you want, but I think if we go 4-4, 5-3, I want to say it's a guarantee. We win 10 games, we win the division. We got the Vikings, the Falcons, the Lions, the Panthers, the Giants, the Rams, the Bucks, the Falcons. A lot of division games. And to say we got to go 500, 4 of those games are winnable. 4 of those games are easily winnable. I think we can do it. I think it's going to come down to us and the Falcons. I think the Bucks are just digging themselves a big hole. Even like they beat us as well, so it's another tiebreaker that I didn't mention. So we just have to keep gaining this cushion. The Falcons have the Cardinals, the Saints, the Jets, the Bucks, the Panthers, the Colts, the Bears, the Saints. I think their schedule may be just a tad bit harder than ours. Not really. They play us twice. They got the Jets in there. That's going to be a tough game for them. Colts is going to be a tough game for them. Then they have the 2 games against us. They play the Bucks again. So, hey. It's going to be a good finish. I think if we go 4-4, I think we'll win the division. Obviously, can't let the Falcons sweep you or anything like that and have them on that tiebreaker. But I think if we go 4-4, we win the division. We go 5-3, I think that shoots up to like 90%. We win 6 games, then I think it's just a guarantee because the Falcons they're just not going to win 11 games. They're 4-5. Like they're just not going to win 7 more games this year. They're not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're not going to win 7 out of 9. It's just not happening. So the Saints are in a good position. Winning this week will put us in a whole better position. And of course, they play the Cardinals this week and they get Kyler Murray back. So, hey, shout out to Kyler Murray. Hope he plays well. Hope he plays like the number 1 pick he is, because that's who the Falcons got this week on the road. They got Kyler Murray first game back. We'll see what happens with that. But it's looking good for the Saints for the first time in a long time. Offense still needs to keep going. Defense needs to start off games faster. And we'll see how this game goes against the Vikings, man. I'm interested to see how we respond after winning 2 games. They haven't been a great 2 games, but every won 2, so you can't be mad at it. Dennis Allen finally over 500 in his career. So, hey, we'll see what happens. But let me know what y'all think about, the season so far. Also, this game against the Vikings. As always, thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's the Boot Tragedies.